Hello, so welcome back to the third video of this series. And here we're going to start with the login screen. So I've already created a login screen for this tutorial, so we don't waste time on the front end. But what we're going to do is we're going to do the backend for it. The database is already here, the basic migrations are already run. I'm going to make a new table for administration login, and I am going to make this table with name of admin attendance. Sorry, attendance underscore admins. Let's instruct them. I want to create a login system for admins to login. The table name I wanna give is attendance underscore admins. And I also want to add one admin at example.com. Password will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. For auth of admin attendance, I wanna use this table itself. Let's create necessary migrations and login API, and let's use that API to login and auth inside admin panel. It's going to make me some migrations, of course, for a new table called attendance admins. The reason I'm doing it separately is because I don't want to mix users that could be used for some other purpose within the CRM. That's why I have used attendance admins table to hold the admins of the attendance portal. So let's wait for Claude to make a migration for us, and then we'll continue. Okay, so the action is started. Let's see what it is saying. Yes. Sanctum's personal access token table migration is already there. Now I have everything neat. Let me build the pieces at once. Good. So it's creating a new table called attendance admins, which is good. Now it's going to create me a model called admin. And then it's going to give me migration for creation of the admin that I have asked it to create. So Cedar's migrations are done. What is this database? Cedar, admin Cedar, great. So this Cedar is used to create the user itself. So yeah. And then create API controllers directory. So it's creating an API directory for us in controllers, I think. Yes. Controller and AdminAuthController, in which we have the login function here. The login function takes the email and the password, and then it matches the admin, and then checks the username and password combination. Then we have the auth.me API to get the details of the admin, and then we have the logout API. This auth.me API is you basically use to check the correct validations. So let's say yes. And now it's going to create routes, which is inside api.php. So here is it. It's going to create a login route for me for the admin, which is public auth route. And this is inside the prefix admin with Sanctum auth within it. So yeah, let's try that. and it's including the API routes within the uh, app.php so that it is counted as the correct API route. This is the routing facade. This is the middleware. This is the exception. So we have made an entry of API.php within the routing section. And I think that should be it. Now it's running the migrations. Should be successful. It's running the seeder. And now it's taking the route list. So all the 3 routes are now registered. And now it's going to see if the curl works. And once it is going to work, it's going to actually go to front end to hook that up. Now update the front end. So let's see the admin. So here's your attendance admins. Here's your new username and password. And here is the API.js. So it's using fetch, which I don't personally like. I would like to use Axios. I would like to use Axios as a service, please. I don't like, so fetch is good. I would rather use Axios, which is a professional library, a package to do the API calls. It's a bit more organized and easy to understand. It's of course going to install the Axios npm package. Let me show you. npm Axios. So Axios npm. No, this is not the work. React. This is the package. I don't know why it's not showing up on npm, but never mind. Maybe. Let's open here and let's search here. This one. Not sure why it's not indexed on Google. Very weird. And or probably there could be some temporary error as well in the npm. Oh, here you go. This is the one that we are actually using. So yeah, let's continue, and it's now creating the API service for us using Axios. So let's say yes. Now update the login screen.jsx, which is our login screen, this one. Looks good. And now it's going to use the local session to see if the user is logged in or not logged in, because once we log in, we are going to save the token to the local storage. And this is, so whenever a page loads, it takes the token, it calls the auth.me API. If it gives success, it means it is ready to continue to attendance portal. Otherwise, it will navigate back to the login page. And this is basically exactly the theory that I have given you. It is going to call the auth.me API and then essentially identify if the user is logged in or not logged in. And this is the logout function. So I'm correct in my understanding that it's already implementing the logout as well, side by side. And this will help us create the complete authentication environment into our attendance application. So this is if not auth checked. Is it going to redirect or what? So we don't flash login while restoring a valid session. Okay, good. And now it's creating a build to make sure everything works as expected. So let's see. Now it's going to do an API smoke test using curl. So Claude used a lot of Python in the background. So it's going to do some Python stuff to call and test the APIs. So it's giving you a summary what is being done. There are some migrations, some routes, some seeders, and then we have some front end work. This is all done. So let's see. So if I go to the home route, it takes me back to login route, which is fine. Let me try and put the wrong password. Great. Let's see the API call. Yeah, looking good. Now let's do 5.6. Let's do 7.8. Perfect. So here's the login. Here is the token, and it might have saved the token inside memory. This is the one admin token. Perfect. Which means if I go to route now, it has come back to attendance, which is wonderful. And if I log out from here, it means I'm logged out. It then goes to attendance again. So with this, we have completed our authentication system. We have created an admin auth table. We have done some APIs to check the authentication. We have stored the token. We have updated the front end to call the login APIs. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we are going to actually work on employee module, I would say. That would be our first module to start with. So employees, or maybe attendance list first. I would say employees first. Let's see how we can do with this. We are going to start doing the listing of the employees and then the addition of the employees. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, like and subscribe. Thank you.